Hello everybody, welcome back into the green room. Today I have had a few requests to update some of the projects, so really quickly we're just going to go through that and show you all how they're doing. First off, I'd like to check on the LED box light test and see how those four pepper plants are doing in those two different situations. Here we've got the hardware LED 5000K bulb. The plants seem to be doing okay, but there's an awful lot of aphids in on there. Here we've got the little 6-watt actual garden grow bulb. I don't see any aphids in there. But let's compare these plants side by side and get a better look. So yeah, here we have the grow light and here we have the 5000K bulb. I don't see any aphids on there. I mean, it looks like the plants themselves have grown about the same. It's just this one is covered in aphids, so it's probably not going to do well comparatively, like in the long run. It's been, I guess, what, about 2 weeks and a couple of days? Let's check the other two plants side by side, see how they're doing. Again, the plant on the left here is the 6-watt grow light LED. Definitely looking much better than the one on the right here, which is, again, it's got a bunch of aphids all over it. And I don't see any under the grow light. So even if it's just for aphid prevention, I'm going to say that light was totally worth it. Alright, kind of looks like the grow light, even at 6 watts, is kicking butt over the 9-watt 5000K bulb. Let's get these back in their boxes. So next up, let's check on the avocado seed. It has been moved to the downstairs kitchen window since all of the peppers are out of the window now, and has finally started to become a plant. I'm so excited, and thank you again so much for reminding me just to have a little patience with the avocado. It all worked out well. So here beside the fly trap and some onions that still need to go out into the yard, we have the avocado seed that looks like it's got 3 little shoots coming up at the base of this one here. And here we've got this one tall shoot that I'm kind of thinking about clipping and putting into that aeroponic cloner just to see what it'll do, because it looks like we've got good start to an avocado plant here at the bottom with those ones, so probably wouldn't hurt it too much if I do that. Worst case scenario, it'll kill this one twig, but not the rest of the plant, right? Alright, and finally, I've moved the worm bin out here into the aquaponic shop because it's full of a whole bunch of just little tiny annoying flies and stuff. Check out all those various shades of shade. Alright, let's go check out the worm bin. So before we dive into this, it is worth mentioning I did not get any more red wrigglers yet. I have topped this up with some earthworms. I threw a whole bunch of grass clippings in there, and that's probably too hot. So I wouldn't be surprised if everything's dead, and don't be surprised if a bunch of little flies come shooting on out of here. Oh yeah, put in a dead plant from upstairs. But alright, let's see if we can dig up any worms in here. It does look like a lot of the grass is broken down, at least. So there are probably some worms alive in here somewhere. I'm just not finding them. Doesn't feel like really hot to the touch, like occasionally a grass-based compost will get to a point of quite warm to the touch. Alright, I'm just going to dig around, and if I find any worms, I'll pop the camera back open. Well, it looks like I've got at least one worm still alive in this bin. That's not much. Alright, so I guess I'll moisten this up a little bit, monitor it for a while. But if that's the only worm I can find after rummaging all the way through this thing, I don't imagine those earthworms did terribly well. So we'll probably call this a wrap on the worm farm for now. But I've got some partially composted stuff I can throw into one of those garden beds, perhaps. So it looks like that's where I'm going to wrap up this super quick video today. Not a whole lot going on in that worm farm, is there? But pretty excited about the avocado that has finally started to become a plant. And I think we're seeing some definite differences going on with those two types of LED lights. So perhaps once this Canadian postal strike that they're yapping about right now is done, I might just order a few more of those for that hydro lamp, because anything that will stop the aphids, I'm a huge fan of. Y'all know what aphids and I, well, we don't get along, you know that, so. I'm going to close it up here though, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Sundays in the Gardens. Apparently we have more thunderstorms coming, so I may or may not be filming tomorrow from underneath an umbrella. That's just the way it goes. The gardens need the rain, so I won't complain. Until tomorrow, everybody, have yourselves a fabulous weekend, and I will definitely see you then.